As if.
Yeah, guys, actually, we are, lacking of communication or something. We are not getting proper desired outcomes as of now. I mean, we have got topics to discuss, but what will be the end result of lacking of communication or something? Write it. If anybody has got anything in their mind, they can come up.
So, I mean, desired outcomes aren't required. I mean, it's they can be very, very general. For example, getting more organized as a team can be a desired outcome, and generally being more prepared for future sessions, right? Whereas your topics are specific. So sometimes, like every single topic, there should technically be some type of desired outcome. Otherwise, you don't know what the purpose of the topic is, but you can figure that out when you get to the topic itself.
Okay. As if.
Yeah, I'm just writing the timings of the topics and video recording. We can spend.
I think before you write, you have to ask people if there is still anything or other topics needs to be added or something to remove from the topics before that.
Yeah, guys, do we agree on the desired outcomes for the topics? I think silence is, leads to yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add, just in general, the new moon next steps, because there's a lot of other things to go through, but I'm not sure we have time.
Okay. Is there any objection?
As of now, no, not from my side.
Yes, no objection from my side also.
Okay. Then if there is no objection, we can move on. Begin our today's session. The first topic is scheduling level 4 by I think we need to scheduling level 4. We need to put according to the new rules that have been set. Level 4 need to have their own body team at least one of the day. They need to schedule which day and at what time. They need to agree on that. If I'm not wrong, according to the new rules.
So there's no requirement for someone level 4 to schedule a buddy team, but we definitely want to reduce them if there's too many scheduled. Is that what you're talking about, or?
Okay.
Wait, are you saying that we need to reduce the number, or we need to increase the number?
No, I think level 4, according to the rules that you come up with, we have level 4 people need to have their own body teams, at least one per week.
Right, but it's that if you're level 4, you can schedule one buddy team. It's not required. Right? You get the opportunity to schedule an independent buddy team. Right?
So this is not there.
Say again?
Maybe I did not understand well. I think when I was checking about the rules you wrote there, we have level 4 teams. They can meet once in a while they can reschedule the one buddy teams at least a week. Maybe I did not get it well.
So we should have a document that documents all of this. Let me check the global.
I'm just trying to find out. Can someone try to find out the doc, please?
Yeah, I'm looking for it here. So. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the point is that it's a very minor issue, but it's just saying that if you're level 4, so level 4, and we list the number of people at level 4, who is at level 4, and then when is their buddy team session? I mean, that's all there needs to be, right? So that you're not, if you're level 4, you become more empowered. Does that make sense? Like you're more empowered and more independent. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
So it wouldn't make sense to require somebody at level 4 to do something they didn't want to do. Because that would be less independence. That would mean that they're forced to do something that they didn't want to do would be less independent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So no one's forced into doing anything really. Especially not setting up an independent buddy team. But that, I think that's really like, I mean, unless there's an objection to that, I think that's just like more or less common sense, but we still want to know the list of all of the people and when their buddy team is. So we have Lucy, we have Albina, we've got Zilu, Abdul.
Hello, good morning.
Nelly, Jorge. Hi.
Sorry, I'm late. I just went to school. Sorry.
I think that's everyone, right?
Jocelyn, you want to check in? Just check in quickly.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning. I'm 6 today.
Oh, very good.
I think you need to share your screen, guys. People that don't see what's on.
I'm just writing on the notes. So.
Okay.
So you mean each person would just put their this would be the list of people at level 4, and then you would just have the, each person and when their buddy team is. And it should be really clear on the schedule and on the calendar. Make sure it is clear on the schedule and calendar whose buddy team is whose, because they are responsible for it. So that's like really important, which is obviously not particularly clear right now. So we need to know whose buddy team is whose, right? And this is a responsibility. So, I mean, can somebody take this on?
Yes, for me, I can.
All right, so Abdul, you can do it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of setting up a doc. We just want to have, create a doc for level 4 independent buddy teams. Buddy teams doc.
I remember that we had already a doc in this.
I know, we couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. So just create the doc and make sure that it's linked to link to worker coordination, and link to session support. It would make sense that it would be linked to session support and worker coordination.
Okay.
So if you can find the doc, you can link it here, but I think we're good to move on. Lucy, anything you want to add?
Yeah, we are good to move on. I think we do not do the doc. It's okay.
Okay, we are, I think we pretty much done here. And
So we have level 4 implement body team doc. We have a doc already. Okay. I just linking.
We're going on that.
Where is it?
Just linking and just check. But not updated. That will be created by us.
What are you guys writing Thursday?
There's nothing
I
here.
can see Abdul.
It's just
session
blank.
was changed to Thursday. Abdul, your session is on Wednesday or Thursday.
I just changed my body team on Thursday. Now it's
My session is on Thursday from 6 p.m.
and mine is 8 p.m.
I think Abdul, you changed last time. You tell people you have a session on Wednesday, and again you change without even letting people know why.
Last week I'm on that time I present at 8 p.m. but are not available there. I message to Jillu and Asif and other on, but not available there. But that's why I just arranged that body team Thursday with Jaisi.
No, you told us your sessions will be on Wednesdays. That's why we deleted other sessions we had. Then I chose Thursday. You said you will be having it on Wednesday.
So no problem from my side. I can organize for my own.
Yeah, you just have to choose one day so that you avoid confusion.
Okay, Wednesday.
Yeah, because on the calendar it only remained there for Thursday, Wednesday, because I delete everything there.
Yeah, you can't just change your buddy teams around one week to another week, right? You have to. It needs to stay the same every week. I mean, you can change it, but you need to let everyone know and change it, like,
So I have a question here today. Can I, if I'm not available on that Wednesday, any week, then can I organize this buddy team on the other day on that week?
No, absolutely not. No, that anyone who shows up for that public buddy team session can do the session without you if you don't show up. But you're still responsible for it.
Okay, does that allow if someone is not present, I can attend the session for that person?
What? I don't understand. What?
For example, if Abdul is not present and I'm present with the other members, can I able to attend his session in absence?
Like the policy is very simple. Anyone from anywhere in the world can attend any and all FQN Community Network public sessions, period.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So as long as you're level 3 or above, you can attend any and all sessions along with everybody else and anyone else in the entire world.
Thank you. It's not clear.
Jay, I have a suggestion, or you can say a proposal type of thing. I don't know whether it will be effective for everyone or not, but why don't we make one person fully responsible to update the calendar? I mean, if I'm at, or say Lucia is at level 4, she can schedule her buddy teams for the whole week, right? And she can forward that whole schedule to one person who will update the calendar. So there will be no confusion. Now Abdul is making some changes, Albina is making some changes, I am making some changes. So it is getting some confused. So why don't we make one person responsible for only calendar things, and each and every person will report to him that please schedule this for the whole week for me. Does that make some sense or something like that?
Well, I would be more inclined for, and both, if we want to have someone who helps with the calendar, like you can always tell somebody, to help you with the calendar, but I mean, everyone should be empowered to update the calendar themselves. And so they're not reliant if that person got sick or that person was just busy or whatever. I mean, it seems silly to have a single person who's in charge of the entire global calendar and that no one else can update it. I mean, I think you would want to do both, right? We want to have somebody who's in charge for the calendar, like a buddy team that's in charge of the calendar, but also make sure people have access to it to make the changes they need.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, I'm okay with the proposal if you want to propose it as is, and we can all vote on it. But I mean, it doesn't seem like the calendar is necessarily the problem. The problem is simply people deciding when their buddy teams are going to be and making sure it's clear to everybody. I mean, is that the, like, what is the desired outcome of your policy? Just to make it easier to update the calendar?
Yes, exactly. And no one will get confused.
But what's the confusion? That's what I'm not understanding. The confusion for me isn't about updating the calendar. It's about people just not choosing their session time.
Right.
I think everyone in the calendar, those who are having session in level 4, they are on the calendar, and everything that have been updated before is removed. Like me, I have mine every Monday, 8 p.m. UTC plus, and also Albina like that. Everyone, we just remove everything. The time you told us the calendar it look very ugly, have some still few things that we remove. We just remain with 111.
So
I don't know what.
So as long as we're not saying that other people can't also update the calendar, we should have people who are in charge of the schedule and calendar project, and then also the responsibility of updating the Google Calendar. There's also the responsibility of updating the buddy team schedule. So these are all very important responsibilities, and the project, and it should be clear who's responsible for those at all times. There should be at least one person who's going to help with those. Do we know who's doing that?
Yeah, I think updating calendar, calendar and verification, we usually do the Albina, even updating on the Google. Yesterday we tried to update, but I think Google Calendar has a problem. I don't know if you are aware of. We cannot update.
There was a problem in accessibility, so we don't know if someone changed the access or something happened.
Even I have,
because we wanted to update like moon and new moon sessions in October to access the Google Calendar.
Okay, well, anyways, we can put that on next steps, or maybe it's coming up later for the calendar and scheduling. But I mean, this also is like leadership, buddy teams, Albina, Lucy. Does that help, Asif?
Yes, exactly. So I think we should know that these persons are responsible for updating the calendar.
Okay, cool. All right, so I think that should help us along somewhat there. And it says Aline is doing the task responsibility master. Is that clear, Aline, what you're supposed to be doing?
Yes, I'm doing it right now, Jay.
Well, you're not doing it right now because it's not getting done.
Yes, I'm not. Yes, I'm not yet. I'm not yet done.
Well, you haven't started
But I'm
either.
working it right now.
Well, I don't see anything. There's nothing done. You haven't done anything. So
I already updated the list of task responsibilities. The global.
we're not interested in any of the other documents. It's just on our notes. We just want you to update the notes where it has the priority projects, the priority responsibilities, and priority tasks.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, Jay.
No, okay is not a reasonable answer. You need to say what you're going to do so that we understand.
Eileen, you can do it or you cannot do it.
Do you understand what we're saying?
I can help you to do that.
I think Abdul or Lucy, you can help her.
Okay.
Well, we just want to make sure you understand what you're supposed to do, Aline. If you don't understand, you need to tell us or we can't help you.
I thought the taskmaster responsibilities is to update all the documents.
No, you're just copying and pasting the tasks and responsibilities and projects from the notes to the top of the document so that we have a list of all the projects, priorities, responsibilities, and tasks. You're talking about a totally separate position. You're talking about the master document updater, which updates all of the documents, right? That's a totally separate position from the task responsibility master. Does that make sense? And the master document updater updates all of the documents at the end of the session because it's pointless to be updating the documents over and over and over again for the whole session. It's a waste of time and energy and resources when you can simply copy and paste all of the information there. Who's doing this right now?
I'm doing that.
Okay, Lucy's doing it. So Aline, just do what Lucy's doing. See how she's updating the project responsibilities and tasks? That's what you're supposed to do. Does that make sense?
Okay.
For me, I just updated this thing.
Does that make sense, Aline?
Yes, Jay.
Okay, cool.
Let's move on to the next. Asif, can you take on to the next topic?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm just heading towards the timekeeper. We are having, I think, this calendar updates. We are having a next topic.
I think he are already on that. I don't know.
No, we merged. We merged two topics. While talking on scheduling level 4 for buddy team, we merged the calendar as well. So now we have a full, discussion on calendar updates, in which we will discuss about the future global sessions as well, which are coming now. So Jay, can you assist in that, please?
Well, I mean, the other upcoming global sessions that we need to make sure are in the calendar are the, there's the quarter moon, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make, but that's on Wednesday, Thursday. And then we have the full moon, Venus session, and the Mars session. And they're all coming up in the next 2 weeks. So if we were actually doing our public work and we would be doing massive social media outreach and letting everybody across the world know, especially from the Mars session, we'd be inviting thousands of people to the Mars session and the Venus session and getting people actively engaged and involved. But we're not because we're too busy with all our client stuff, but that's where we want to be. But either way, we should still prepare for them as best as we can. And make sure they're on the calendar correctly. Say again?
How can we reach them?
I don't understand what you said. So it says the quarter moon is 1 o'clock a.m. UTC on Thursday. And then the Venus session is not clear at all. It has 2 dates currently, so this needs to be verified. Which day? So it's either the second or third. Second or third of October. And then the full moon looks like it's on the 5th.
Yeah,
At 7 p.m.
October 18th. Thursday 5th.
Yeah, Thursday. And then Mars session is either on Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday 7th October. Mars.
So these are, so it looks like the full and new moon are good, but the Venus and Mars session are a problem, and these need to be verified immediately. I mean, they should be verified like a year in advance for the Mars session and the Venus session. Like that, we shouldn't, it shouldn't be a couple days away where we're trying to verify the Mars session, which literally only happens once a year. It should be organized literally a year in advance. So it's not good that we still are not sure when the Mars session is. And we should be outreaching all over the world for people to attend the Mars session. So can someone get on the Venus session and Mars session verification?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, we do that.
So this would be the responsibility of
Venus session, it will be Tuesday, October 3rd.
Tuesday, October
Tuesday
3rd?
3rd.
All right, well, right now
Yeah.
it says both Monday and Tuesday on the calendar.
And Mars session, it will be Saturday, 7 October.
And how do you know that? How are you verifying it?
I'm on calendar verification.
You're on the calendar verification?
Spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's spreadsheet. Yeah.
Calendar verification spreadsheet.
So should I just delete the other one or what?
No, we need to verify for the second time, Lucy. So we have to be very sure if it is on Saturday or on Sunday. So Jay, we will do the second verification. We need to be very sure.
Okay, I mean, you just need to verify it, and then we just need to delete the other one. Like, that's the whole point of the updating the calendar. So you have to do
Yes,
the session.
You can just delete and it will be updated again. But the issue is we cannot able, the calendar is now, I think it's not, we cannot update. If we try to update, I don't know if you...
access to Google Calendar.
Well, I mean, if you guys can just tell me right now, like, if you can verify the
Okay,
time,
let's just do verification.
I can just delete it right now. Right now, there's 2 Venus sessions, so if we just delete the one that's not the correct time, then it's done, right? Then we got it done. We can just do it right now. And the same thing would be true with the Mars. So if we can just verify it and confirm that it's correct,
Yes, let's
then
just
we're done.
confirm right now.
All right, so should we move on, or are there other things in terms of the calendar?
No.
The other obvious problem is the fact that our website is broken. It's very sad. Abigail said she would help with that, right? To the website
Yes.
support. so we can add that to the list of responsibilities.
Jack can help Abigail with that as well.
I think you can move on to the next.
All right, so let's come back to that, and we can just update it quickly when you have them verified. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And just so you guys know, the Venus session will be the executive team. This is where we talk about all the executive coordination and executive systems, which is very important. The Mars session only happens once per year, and it is the membership / ownership session. So it's pretty important. And typically, you appoint boards and things like that. Set visions and policies. An executive team is where you like coordinate the managers and coordinators. So managers and coordinators wouldn't necessarily be present. So the executives are thinking about what policies are going to help coordinate all the management systems and coordinators so that everything is, moving forward at the executive level.
You have 4 minutes remaining on that topic.
Long as you can update. You have been silent.
Okay, I had a problem with my mic. That's what I was fixing. I've been in and out of the panel.
Okay, so shall we move on to the next? We're having a video recording issues in every session, Jay, okay, and there's some kind of issue of the password or something like that. So can you tell exactly what, this between Abdul and all that? So can you just tell who is responsible for video recording and all that?
So we're going through recording?
Yeah.
Okay, recording. So we have a document that goes over all the recording. The important thing for people is that they need to understand how to record, period. And if you don't know how to record and you're just stuck on the video recording, then that's a problem already. Like if you're worried about video recording and you're not recording, then there's a major problem because video recording is not required.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so do you have a specific software or recorder that the community is using?
We have a couple options.
Recording?
Yeah, we have a couple options that you can use, which I'm going to go through right now. And
Okay.
And then from there, it's you can use anything you want to. There's no policy that says you can't use some other form of recording.
Okay, and are we given credentials on how to log into YouTube so we can upload the video?
You don't need YouTube to record, but I'll show you how to do it. So should we go through all the recording options real quick?
Yeah, and you should set time on the recording so that you can.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't hear you, Thomas, but I think we're
We
good.
should set time on that topic so that we can able to time ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we
recording
probably
some-
need 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, so there's 3 ways to record that I use regularly and that we use generally. One is on your computer, so you can have either like a QuickTime player or some sort of like recording on your computer, and you just say set to record, push the recording button, and then it starts recording. It's that simple. It'll be on your computer, so you need to upload it afterwards onto Google Drive and then link it, right? But it works perfectly fine. Are there any questions of how to record with your computer?
Okay, for me, I know about Wirecast. Wirecast is okay. That most of us we are using Windows related stuff. Okay, in OS, but we are using Wirecast. Wirecast needs some need to log into, let's say your YouTube account.
We're not talking about YouTube account right now. We're talking about recording on your computer. So there's 3 ways to record. There's record on your computer. There's the voice over IP with free conference call HD, and then there's YouTube. So there's three options. So right now I'm asking if there's any questions about recording on your computer.
And
you know, you're having a Mac, right? Mac is having a simple option, but in Windows, I think there's a little bit different from Mac. Let me check.
So do you not know how to record?
Yeah.
I mean, every computer is going to have some type of recording option. I probably have 4 or 5 options of how to record on my computer. This is just one of them, so you can use whatever option you have.
Okay, I got it. Yes.
Like, but you want, if you have the name of the program, I can write it down here.
It is a simple recorder.
Simple recorder.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Simple recorder on Windows. Okay.
So, can I say something here on
Yeah.
recording?
Uh-huh.
So I want to give a proposal here on recording. So
A proposal?
if, everyone on
Is you saying a
just a
proposal?
proposal.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop. If
So
you're going to
from-
give a proposal, I'm going to stop talking about the recording models because that proposal will be totally separate from training.
Abdul, is
So
this
I
a
was
proposal?
I was just in the process of training the 3 types of recordings that we do. So if you want to give a proposal, I'm going to stop training and then we'll focus on your proposal instead.
No, can you train people also? You just have to train people there.
Okay, but does
So I
Abdul
think
have a
that-
proposal or what's going on?
I don't
because, because I think that you are talking about the recording. So like as every my computer have recording option, and I can record my session in my computer. But if I want to record YouTube recording,
We're not
Well-
talking about YouTube recording yet, but if you want to say the proposal, you can.
so I just give a proposal on if anyone can record a YouTube recording, then those members create recording on their own account, Google account, and after recording that, they can download that videos and her channel, his or her channel, and then after downloading that record, we can upload it that video into global community network channel.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think that you're talking about a proposal because there's nothing that stops me from already doing that. So let me just go through the policy. So policy is that any and all sessions of the FQN community network are open and public, including all, voice, picture, audio, et cetera, right? And everything is open, basically, what do you call it? Open source. So it's all open source and or public domain, right? Unless stated otherwise. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that means that if you, Abdul, wanted to record one of our sessions and then sell it to somebody for $20, you could do that. And we don't care. If it helps Abdul make money and you can make money off this, I mean, hopefully use the money for a good purpose, but you can make whatever recording you want on whatever device you want and do whatever you want with the recording. It's all public. It's all open. Okay, does that make sense? So if you want to make a recording on your own personal Google account, that's perfectly fine, but you shouldn't be like necessarily, you know, charging us for all the extra time and effort that you do for your personal recordings. They're not controlled and owned by the company itself. Does that make sense? So if you want to download them and then upload them into a company file, you can do that. It's just a lot of extra work. Does that make sense? But you're certainly welcome to do that.
We need to just global session, like as global session and weekly session to update it, this session recording into community network channel maybe.
Global session and what session?
Weekly session, weekly main session.
I know, but that's super simple. All of our global sessions are already recorded. All of our weekly main sessions are already recorded, right? I mean, is there a problem with the weekly main sessions getting recorded?
Yes.
Which weekly main session has a problem?
Like when we get a Europeca session, weekly session, then if I'm not available on that time, and there was a problem, who is record that session? Because I use the community network 47 email, and we already have YouTube channel on that email.
So nobody else has access to log into that email?
Yes, I share with Lucy the password.
I forgot the password because you want me not to use it. You said you are the only person to support
so Lucy, do you have access to an official FQN Community Network Gmail account?
No.
Well, that's a bigger problem. Everybody, like, who's in charge of documentations? I thought that was Abdul.
Yeah.
Everyone needs access to an official FQN Community Network Google account. That's just like, that's like a policy. So it's your responsibility to make sure everyone has access. So we need to create like a global account, you know, even though that one's probably going to get blocked, but every quintant, you know, and sextant needs its own Google account. So your Africa needs an account.
Yes, I remember that maybe James create a Europeca Google account.
Okay, well maybe Lucy, you should talk to James and get the access to the Your Africa Google account. So then that you'll have that. So anyway, should we get back to the session recording or other?
You have 3 minutes on that, yeah.
Well, obviously we're gonna need 5 more minutes to do the training, but do you guys want to finish the training or do you guys want to move on?
Yes, we should finish the training.
So I mean, I'm still kind of confused on what you're saying, because I don't think there's, like, what you said, Abdul, is perfectly fine. Anyone can record any session they want to. They could download the video all they want to, and they can upload it to whatever they want to, all they want to, okay? Like, no one ever said that you're not allowed to record a session on your personal YouTube account. It's just like, it's just not, it wouldn't be owned and controlled and coordinated by the organization. So we would ask you to do it on a shared account. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I have a question. Can I share every members with the access on community network 47 Gmail? I just can I share the password everyone who interested on?
No, not at all. That one is only for central. Yes. It's only for your quintant, right?
Yeah.
Right. So make a different one to share with everybody.
Yes. So I think I think that every quittance have a different Google account, right?
Yeah, I already said that.
Yeah. And
Then you need to let us know that before, so that we know that is only for that quintum. That is why last time Abdul tell me not to use that account. I need to use for Africa. Was like, I don't know. Is that he did not explain? This one is specifically for their
Sure.
quintum.
Sure, that's perfectly fine. But what you guys are missing is the idea that you just do the work. Make the Google account for your Africa. Make another one for Africa. Make one for Kenya. Make one for Europe. Just do it.
Okay.
Like, no, there's nothing that's stopping anyone from making a Google account for their country or their quintant or whatever. It's like, just make an account so that you have one, right? We're gonna need one for AustrAsia as well, right? AustrAsia quintant should have its own Google account. The Philippines can have its own Google account. The point is that it's just do it, so that it's not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah. So are we ready to move on to the recording training, or should we just skip that? Because it seems like no one's interested in the recording training. We keep getting question after question of all these things that are.
Please proceed, Jay.
What?
Please proceed.
Okay, so are we good on all these questions?
Yeah, we are good.
All right. So I mean, from what I'm hearing from these questions, like the bottom line is just use common sense and just get it done. Like, if you don't have access to a Google account, make a Google account. If you don't know how to record on someone else's account, but you do know how to record on yours, just freaking record. Don't ask permission to and not do anything just because you don't, someone didn't personally hold your hand to do it. Just use common sense and figure it out, and then help somebody. It's like we're here to help people, not just worry about little itty bitty things. So let's see. So any more questions on the local computer recording? You just required to upload the file to the internet, and or wouldn't be, you wouldn't have access to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions on local computer recording?
Just want to update everybody that Windows is having its own default application called Screen Recorder, which is applicable for Windows 7 and above.
It's not Simple Recorder, it's called Screen Recorder?
It's a Screen Recorder, yeah. I've already updated it.
Well, it's not updated. I don't see it.
Yes, Jay, it's above.
Well, it should be under local computer recording is where it should be.
All right, wait. I'll just. Oh my God.
I mean, you're not on the session recording options dock. You need to click on the session recording options dock right here, and that's where all the information needs to be, so that everybody has access to it on the session recording options dock. And you might even want to put this, link this to, and as well as this training video, to the trainings for new recruits. And that's also next step. We really need to improve our new recruit training. So we can add that to next steps, because I think there's a lot of essential things that are missing, including responsibility organizing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So recording should be an obvious new recruit. Creating docs, right? And then and the responsibility organizing. So there should be a clear priority list of the most important videos that new recruits need to watch. This is the most important one, this is the second most important one, this is the third most important one, and we should know the time it's going to take them and everything to do that. So yeah, we should add that to our priority list. All right, so where were we? So we're going to finish the recording training?
Yep.
All right, so session recording training, there's 3 ways to record: on your computer, voice over IP, YouTube, and any other way that you want to. There's endless other ways. It's infinite. There is no required method of recording. You can use any method you want to. Does anyone have any question about that?
No question from my side.
So, can someone answer the question of the limitations to recording? Like, what are the limitations to your recording? What limits and regulations are there when you're creating a recording of a FQN network session?
I think limitation maybe no one can create a video on their own account, Google account, right?
Of course. But my question is, what is the limitation? Not what can you do, what can't you do? What type of recording can you not do?
Video.
No, no one ever said anything that you're, why wouldn't you be able to do a video recording? I think it's perfectly fine to do a video recording. What type of recording can you not do?
Personal recordings?
Come on, guys.
Buddy team.
Oh my God. Okay, let me try it.
Do we have a limit on? Is it about the gigabytes, the size?
No.
Are you referring to that?
No, I'm referring to the fact that the policy is that there's no required method for recording. You can use any method you want to. So therefore, what is the limit on recording? What can't you record?
Maybe we're not supposed to use your own account.
I think what we cannot record if the personal information, let's say it's shown on the video, then we should delete that. Am I?
Sure, but that would be an accident, right? But and that, I'll note that down here. Like, note if you accidentally record, personal information, please delete or blur. Blur before making public, but again, that's not an issue of recording. That's an issue of making it public, right? So you don't want to make personal information public, but that's not the limitation of recording. What if you can record anything and everything, and it's all recordable as far as like allowing you to use any method, and you can record whatever you want to. What is the limit on the recording? What? I couldn't hear you. What?
I think she's using her own language.
Okay, come on, guys. This is a trick question. If you can use any method for recording and you can record whatever you want, and you can use any method you want to, what is the limit on the recordings that you can do? What are you not allowed to record?
I think we can only record the important information, like that.
No. You guys are totally missing the point here. This is a trick question. There is no required method for recording. You can use any method for recording you want to. You can record any and all the information. It is all public. You can record any and all information. It is all public, during FQN sessions. So therefore, what can't you record? What are the limits to recording? So this would be limit to making publicly accessible your recording publicly accessible. There's a big difference between making a recording publicly accessible and making the recording in the first place. You guys see the difference?
Yes.
So what can't you record? What are the limits to the recording? This is a trick question.
I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, but you know, we don't have any limitations. We can record any session, anything.
There you go. That's the answer. Do you want to say it again?
We don't have any kind of limitations. We can record anything, any session for African community.
Yes. Is that simple enough? There are no limitations to what you can record or how you can record it or what you can record it on or what program you're going to use to record or anything like that. All right, are we on the same page there? Like that shouldn't take 10 minutes to just get to that. I mean, it should be basic stuff here. So can we move on to the local computer recording now? Does everyone understand that besides Asif?
Yes, I understand that.
So if there's no required method of recording, you can use any method you want. You can record any information you want that's all public. Then that means that there is nothing that you can't record and no limit to how you can record it. All right? No limit, none.
Yeah.
No limitation. So local computer recording, you can use a QuickTime player for like Mac. You can use Simple Recorder or a screen recorder for Windows. For in-person meetings, you can use voice memo or whatever on your phone or other phone software apps. We also have a QuickTime download here. Of course, if you do have a recorded file, you have to upload it onto the internet. Eventually, we'll have servers just full of just endless files of recordings of meetings and sessions. One of the most important reasons that record is for making decisions. If there's no decision at the meeting, it's not as important of a meeting to record. If we're making decisions, it's really important, like you have to record it, okay? And if there's decisions being made, the recording itself is a legal record. Are there any questions about the local computer recording?
No. Yes, I have a question. Yes, I have a question. Because some application for recording have a limitation, for example, for only 30 minutes.
What's the question?
My question is, some other applications on how to record is there is a limitation. For example, the JingTech. When you're using the JingTech application, there is always a limitation.
Sure, but that's not a limitation on what you can record and how you can record it. That's just a limitation for the application. Use a different application, then you have no limit.
Jay, can I answer if you allow?
Yeah.
You know, screen recorder for Windows, it has no limitations. It is limitless. You can record as much as you can in Windows, right?
As far as I know, yeah. So any particular application might have a limit, or a computer or a hard drive or whatever. Like, for example, on my hard drive, I can only fit 120 gigabytes. So I use a backup drive for all of the storage of all of the files, right? I have thousands and thousands of recording files, and so I can only fit a certain amount onto it, and then I have to copy them and put them on the server and all that kind of stuff, right? But as long as I use a different computer or a bigger program or whatever, you can always record more. But the point of the limitation is that you can use whatever you want, right? Our policies don't limit you on your ability to record. Does that make sense? So the only limitations are on your creativity for how to figure out how to record. That's the only limitation. So if you only use your one program, then you're limited to your ability of using that single program, of course. But that's not the point of the policy. So are we ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, so local computer recording. Any other questions on local computer recording? All right.
Question from Mike.
Okay, so let's move on to a more exciting thing, which is free conference call HD recordings, right? Free conference call HD recordings are awesome because they are really easy. and they allow everybody to record. And it automatically backs it up and puts the information online. So you would log in. Actually, no, you don't need to log in. You just go to our normal thing. That's wc.tc, wc.tc/global calls. Does everyone understand how to go to wc.tc/? Oh no, it won't let us go there anymore. What a bummer.
This is how calendar become. When you want to
Yeah, when you try to open, this is what it brings.
I know. It's a disaster. All of our websites are down. Okay, so this is not working currently. That's okay. So let's get the voice over IP call. And there's also a direct link here. Let me get the direct link, which would be this one. All right, so this is direct link is like that. All right, so you can go right here to all of our calls and everything like that. And then here have all our, right down here you have connect to flash voice over IP. Do you see this right here?
Yeah.
So this is our normal Hangout access code. But if you use this other access code here, so it's a different call-in number. So come to this one and do the different number. And then I would use this host access code. And there's also a participant code, but we ignore that. We just use the host access code. Then you can record. So I put in, whatever name and then place the call. And then you would push *9 and then 1.
This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com.
So I click *9.
To start conference recording, press 1.
And then I press 1.
You are the only participant in the conference. The recording has started.
And it automatically starts with recording, and so now it's recording automatically. It's extremely simple. It's extremely easy. It automatically puts the audio online. And then we have access to the audio. And then there is backing up of the recording. So we are going to want to download all the recordings and create headquarters backups and virtual filing backups. There's massive documentations backing up of files and organizing files that we haven't really started much of yet, but we'll get to it eventually. And we're going to have backups, in different places around the world as necessary. But for now, if we lost everything, we would just recreate it. So it's like whatever happens, happens. Hopefully we don't lose everything, because it would be a pity to lose, a couple decades of documentation. But ideally, we will have it all backed up all over the world in multiple locations, hopefully within the year or less. So this is another, I just want to make sure this gets into our list of responsibilities. If someone could add that to our responsibilities. Cool. Are there any questions on setting up a voice over IP recording? It's very simple. It's very useful. I do voice over IP recordings and conference call recordings every single day, all the time. I use this all the time. Like I only use YouTube recordings on very rare occasions, like main sessions, or when I'm doing specifically a training and we want to record the training to be able to share it with other people. So this is the main place that I do all the recordings. So if you want to see what it looks like afterwards, let's see if I can show you what it looks like afterwards. So if we go to freeconferencecallhd.com, log in. So if I log in, I go to history and recordings. If I go to history and recordings, yeah, we have the login for all the recordings. It's super easy to get access to it. And then you can also download them all. And we have all the links too. And then it's going really slow. It's probably, oh, here it goes. So then you have the list of all the recordings. I mean, there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of recordings.
So how can you get the link now?
What?
The link.
Yeah, well, you would just click on the recording here once you logged in, and then you just copy the link. It's just right here, and you copy it, and then you have to copy it. So I think this is actually on our session recording options. So afterwards, you still have to get the link for the audio recording to the notes. So you do have to link the audio recording to the notes. So for this, you can ask Jay for the login and password. And this would basically just be like senior managers, and other, level 4 would get the login for the audio recordings. And again, anyone can just create their own, right? You can go to freeconferencecallhd.com and you can create a new profile and an account and just make another recordings. Like you can have a profile just for your Africa, but it's easier just for us all to use the same one so that all the recordings are in the same place so we can keep track of them, Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there any other questions?
Before you continue, I think you need to check the calendar. I just verified.
Okay.
Okay, for Venus. For Venus, it will be on 3rd, 5:44 UTC.
And for
Tuesday, 3rd.
Okay.
At 92%, 92.43%.
So it's at 6 a.m. on the Tuesday the 3rd.
Tuesday, 3rd.
At 6 a.m.
05:44 UTC plus 6.
Okay, but it's gonna be at the time before that, so it's at 6 a.m. or is it 5 a.m.?
5 a.m. UTC. 5:44. UTC. It will be 5 a.m. UTC plus 6.
Okay, so we need to change this. So we're gonna edit the event.
Plus 6
And we're gonna
UTC.
change it to
plus 0,
5 a.m. Yeah, we're gonna change it to 5 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, and Mass, it will be Sunday.
Whoa. One at a time, please. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the AustrAsia. It's right at the same time as the AustrAsia main weekly session. So this, I believe, is in 1 week or is it in 2 weeks? Yeah, it's in 1 week. So next week, we're not going to do the AustrAsia session. Instead, we're doing the Venus session, which is going to be the executive team level of the entire global network. So it's a very important session. And we should be inviting all the executives, but we're probably not going to do that very well. But I'm going to go ahead and delete the AustrAsia session. And I'm just going to delete it for 1 week only this instant, okay? And instead, we're doing the Venus session instead, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now we're ready for Mars.
Going to be...
What?
Okay. It's okay. It's 5 UTC.
5 a.m. UTC, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also
and
we
Mass,
can...
it will be on Sunday. I think I verified that. It's going to be on Sunday, date 8.
It's on Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday 8.
Okay, what time?
At the 22:08.
At 87.18%.
Okay, but what time in Gregorian time on the 8th of October? What time is it going to start?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. UTC?
Yeah, 10 p.m. UTC.
On Sunday the 8th, so almost Monday the 9th.
22 UTC.
Yeah, 10 p.m.
All right.
10:08 p.m.
Wait, 8 p.m. or 10 p.m.?
10 p.m. No. 10:08.
All right, so I'm going to change this to the 8th at 10 o'clock p.m. Save. Oh, let's see that. Events. And then this one's going to be on the 8th at 11 p.m. Okay, let's take a look. All right, and then this is going to get deleted. All right, so it's at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. right here. I think that works. So we do the FQN Mars session and then the Mars session right afterwards. And this will be the global super membership session. So it's a very important meeting. It only happens once a year. And the only thing missing there is a life support session. Typically, we would do a life support session as well. But it's not scheduled in there. We might want to add it in there, but I think it's fine for now. And the other thing that's missing is obviously we haven't invited everybody. We have to invite all the people that should be invited to come. Well, I feel like this other one that was there might have had that, but I can't seem to find the trash. Does anyone know where the trash is? It says there's supposed to be a trash section.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something.
I don't know where the trash would be, but settings, trash. No, I don't see it. All right. Anyways, I might have deleted all the people that we had invited. Hopefully I didn't, but I don't know where else to go to try to find it. I just don't know. Because I don't see the trash section. Oh, there it is. View trash. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Oops, shoot. So that would be under Gregorian, Unity Gregorian, view trash, Mars session. Okay, so can I?
Mars and Venus.
Well, not just this one. I wonder if I can add it back. Is it possible? Oh, here we go. Restore. All right. All right, so here it is. Let's see if it, so yeah, I invited a bunch of people. So I think the easiest thing for this is just to move it. You said it was at 10 p.m. And save that. Don't send. Yeah. So.
Yeah, must it be on 10
no,
p.m.
I did it wrong.
Sunday.
Now it's at 10 a.m. It's supposed to be 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Save and send. All right, so hopefully you got, I mean, we need to double check this because we're making some pretty significant changes. We created some significant changes here, so I mean, it would be good to double check to make sure it's correct or triple check it. Somebody else, though. We wanted somebody else to verify it again. Does that make sense? Someone besides Albina?
Yes.
And so maybe ask Nelly, send an email to Nelly or a message to Nelly asking her to verify it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, I think we're good on the calendar.
Great.
So should we get back to the
Can
recording?
you invite also for Venus? You invite both of them, Mars and Venus.
Yeah. Yeah, Venus has all the invitations as well.
Okay. Can move on.
Although we're just inviting ourselves, we need to invite all the other executives and we need to get the public outreach on the social media and stuff. We're just not really doing that yet. But if people want to help with that, it's all set up. We have, actually minus our websites being down. Our websites being down is actually a huge problem for our social media outreach. Anyways, we'll get that.
The social media.
I was asking how can we reach them? Other people apart from members who are with us. How can we reach them?
How can we what?
How can we reach those people who are not our members, other executive members who are not? We don't have their contacts.
Yeah, we have all of their contact information. We have hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of emails and contact information for people all over the world. So we will get to that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So free conference call. Are there any other questions on the recording for freeconferencecallhd.com?
For me, no.
No question.
All right, so let's move on to the YouTube. So YouTube there's a 13-step process, and I don't think we need to go through this 13-step process, but we do need to cover step 2. Make sure that your YouTube account you're using is the Global FQN Community Network YouTube channel, right? Or another approved FQN YouTube channel, right? So, like for example, Abdul uses the FQN, global Google account YouTube channel, which is perfectly fine, right? So, I don't think there's any problem with it. So, but as long as it's owned and controlled by the network as opposed to your own personal one, then it makes sense, right, to use, right? And we're not saying that you can't do a personal recording. It's just not what we're asking people to do because it wouldn't be part of your work, which is assigning it to the whole organization. All right, so both me and Abdul have access to the channel, so you should be able to get it from either of us. And I can show you really quickly how this works. So if you go to YouTube, or no, not YouTube, you go to the Plus channel. So this is plus.google.com. So then I would go to my brands. And then in this case, it's going to be Global FQN Community Network, I believe. All right, so then we just need to add people to the profile. Let's see, manage account. And manage permissions. So right now we have James, Nelly, Zilu, the Global Community Network. We have America's Community Network. So if you log in as any of those ones, it'll work. We also have Lucy. Right, so then we want to add more people. So who wants to be on the YouTube channel? Albina.
Joyce.
Well, we need one person at a time. All right, we need emails, guys. Emails.
Albina.
Here, let me see if I can pull it off of the session here. All right, is Albina this one right here? Albina, oh no, it's not letting me select it. What a bummer. Does someone want to link the contact list? Don't we have the contact list somewhere here? Or just send it to me on their freaking, if you want to get it on it, just send it to me on the Hangout. Send me your email on the Hangout really quick. Does anyone want me to add them to the YouTube channel? All right, Albina, here we go. Go to YouTube channel, Albina. Wait. Copy.
Thank you.
Now we're gonna do Joyce. Okay, anyone else going once, going
Yeah,
twice?
you need to add mine. The one you add is not working.
Okay, let's try adding it again. So we'll revoke that and then we'll try again. Okay, so which one do you want me to add?
I just sent there.
Okay, Lucy. And also we want to do Thomas. Okay, so there's no guarantee this is going to work, but you know, hopefully it will work. So once you're on the channel, then you would just go to YouTube and over in the right-hand corner. So if I go to YouTube, in the right-hand corner, I would click on, I would click up here and I would go to switch account. It's not, it didn't work. Switch account. All right, here we go. And then I would just click on the other account, which would be, in this case, Global FQN Community Network. So this is Global FQN Community Network. I go to my channel. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 videos on it right now. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, if this doesn't work for you somehow, just record in whichever other way you want to. Like, there's no necessity to do a YouTube recording. I don't know how to stress that enough. Everyone seems to get caught up like, oh, everything needs to be YouTube recording. The only reason for YouTube recordings is if there's a specific training that we want people to be able to watch and learn how and see the screen and everything. Legally, all we need is the audio of the recording to know what happened and be able to hold people accountable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
There's no requirement to have a video recording. It's just not a requirement. It's only audio is required. The text of the documentation is the most important thing, and then the audio is the second most important thing. All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so I think we're done with the recording. We probably could have gone through that a lot faster if we just let me do the training without all the questions, but I think we're good. Are there any other questions on anything related to the recording? And again, if you don't know how to do the YouTube recording, you could read the 13 steps of how to do it. It's a little different now, but it's more or less the same stuff. So I think we're done. Maybe we should wrap up even. It's really late. Are we almost at 2 hours? Where are we going on now?
Yeah, I just sent the email, the message to Nelly. She will do verification for Venus and Mars tomorrow.
Great, great. I think Venus is okay. It was just the Mars one, but that's fine. So are we ready to wrap up, or is there one other thing that you guys want me to do, or what? Because this is taking a really long time, and we're going really, really slow.
I really want to go to this team organization, topic.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, not almost 5 to 6 minutes only.
What's the topic?
Team organizing.
Team organizing. Oh, and you guys have been doing really good notes recently. I don't know who that is, but you guys are helping out on the notes a lot. All right, so let's see here. It is video recording team organizing. I don't know what team organizing is. I was talking about organizing buddy teams. That one's mine. So if someone else wants to do the team organizing, they can't. There's no desired outcome that I know about, except getting organized as a team. So is this just checking up on the setup stuff?
I think it is, from... yeah, I think the main purpose was for organizing buddy teams and all that.
Okay, well, that's the next topic, organizing buddy teams and work sessions. So this would be more like setting up the AustrAsia quintet. Right? Or am I off by something?
Can't get it. Set up AustrAsia quintet. Yeah, got it. Sorry. Yeah, it's organization. It is setting up AustrAsia quintet. Got it.
So we have Aline, and we have Abigail, and we have Jocelyn. So the three of you guys are super duper duper important. And we are very happy to have you here, and we want to do anything and everything possible to help the three of you excel and take on more responsibility to help the quintet, because you guys are the only three people here from the AustrAsia quintet.
Jay?
Yeah.
I am in the Euro Africa, I think.
Oh yeah, I always forget
She's in
that.
Egypt, Euro Africa.
Yeah, so it's just Abigail and Aline.
So we must tell also, I think, Rhoda also.
Yeah, but Rhoda's not here right now.
Okay.
So Abigail and Aline, the first thing to understand is the responsibility is organizing your team, your quintet team, right? Do you guys understand the responsibility that we're asking you to do? You guys here? Like, if you guys aren't here, there's no point to talk about this.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes, but I would like to ask, is this another responsibility from the responsibilities that I chose this morning?
No, this would be a different responsibility that we're assigning right now, and that you would add to your main doc immediately. Every time you're assigned a responsibility, it should go on your main doc. Boom. Every time it's your responsibility everybody's responsibility to update your main doc with every responsibility that you're assigned to. Does that make sense? And you want to keep your main doc organized. So, so the question is if you guys understand what this means to organize the AustrAsia quintet super team and everything like that. Like, do we have the super team doc? We want to organize the goals.
I have clarification. Content, it's kind of vague on me. So does that mean mini team? Let's say it's me and Eileen more in the Philippines. Can we how do you want us to work on tasks? Do you want us to work
Again, this has nothing to do with tasks. This is a responsibility, right? This is much more than a task. It's potentially hundreds of tasks. All right, so we're saying that you have the responsibility of figuring out all the tasks and assigning the tasks to make sure everything gets done to get the quintet organized. So the quintet is simply we take the entire world and we break it up into 5 sections, right? The AustrAsia quintet is one of those sections. We're also talking about breaking up the world into 6 sections. Again, it would be one of the main sections, right? Would be your section, and the goal is to organize and be responsible for that section. You know, and I'm in the East Pacific section of the world, and so we'd be passing off the baton to the AustrAsia quintet, right? So it's a very important quintet to pass off the baton and have people leadership step up. Luckily, Central Asia and your Africa get up extremely early in the morning to make the sonic sessions, but eventually they're going to have more and more duties for Central Asia and your Africa, where it will be much more difficult to make every single day that early, right? So in addition, there's going to be a budget, right? It'll be like a $500 to $1,000 budget minimum, right? And the goal is to increase the budgets. Like there's a lot of context of why and how we're going to be increasing these budgets, but we're working on getting more clients. And as soon as we start increasing these budgets, every single section of the world, you know, every quintet, every sextant will have their own budgets, and you're going to need to be responsible for your own, you know, staff and workers, but we'll all be collectively and collaboratively supporting each other across the world. As you can see right here today, we have people from all over the world here. Even though this is an AustrAsia quintet, we have people from Central Asia, from Eurafrica, from Americas. We're all here to support and help you guys. But in the end, this particular time slot is for you guys. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
Does that make sense, Abigail and Aline?
Yes, Dave.
Cool.
Yes, Dave.
So our goal is to get you guys to level 4 as quickly as possible. At level 4 requires you to have 5 responsibilities. With those 5 responsibilities, you'll have enough information to run your own independent buddy team. And then you can choose any time to do it, but hopefully some people from the AustrAsia quintet will choose to do it during this same time, right after the sonic sessions, right? So that we have the sonic sessions, and then we have the AustrAsia sessions, and they'll happen every single day. Does that make sense? Instead of just once a week, we could do it multiple times a week. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Copy.
Cool. And then the only other thing to mention here is that, just so you guys know, my active involvement is going to be much more, like I'll have a little bit in the Atlantic, but because I'm so busy with the client, is not as much currently. But maybe in the future, I might have more during the Atlantic. Then I have a lot during the Americas and the Pacific. That's like my quintet is the Pacific, and the second half of the Americas, and then it goes into the sonic. So I'm involved a lot with the sonic, and then I will be more involved in the AustrAsia than the Atlantic. So just the fact that here we're at the far side of the Americas, so by definition, we'll be much more involved with the AustrAsia for me, because I'm being up late and things like that, than I would be with the Atlantic, and that's just kind of how I am. Okay. So the more sessions we can schedule during this time, the more training that I'll be able to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Cool. So I mean, I don't know anything else to say. Do you guys have other ideas on how to help organize the session?
Probably we can, Eileen, maybe we can set our time. Like
for what? A time for what?
Let's say, because I don't have a buddy team. There are times that there are really a lot of times that I'm free, and I would like to of the what do you call this? I want to learn or watch video or want to get some training, but then I don't know who to ask. Like I'm total. I wanna. Can we do that on buddy team session?
So we have lots of scheduled buddy teams, and you've been to lots of buddy teams, haven't you?
Yeah, I did join some.
Yeah, so you have lots of buddies. We'll continue to link you up with more and more buddies. You have the Skype. You can contact anyone on Skype, anytime if you have a major question. You can't wait to your buddy team. But generally speaking, you just wait till the scheduled buddy teams, and then you collaborate and work with your buddy. But you should be working with and you definitely want to make a main buddy team. So Abigail and Aline would be a great buddy team, right? I don't know if you guys have a provisional buddy team or not, but if you don't, that would be a great one.
Abigail is with Shigemi, main buddy team.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So I don't know.
There is a problem there. Is someone allowed to have a buddy team with budget? For main buddy team, they have their budget there. And again, the same person, they're having a provision buddy team and also propose the budget there. Is it right?
I don't understand the question. Say again.
Like Abigail and Shigemi, they have their main buddy team. They put the budget also there. And then again, Shigemi still again have a provision buddy team, put a budget to the road. So, is it really?
So if you have a provisional buddy team, then your main buddy team would supersede your provisional buddy team. Because your provisional buddy team is just temporary until you get a main buddy team. So in that context, it would be Rhodes. It would be Aline and Rhodes if Aline doesn't have a provisional buddy team right now. Because then Abigail would be with Shigemi, right?
Yeah.
And they're a main buddy team. Does that make sense?
And
What of the budget? Are they supposed to put the budget on the main buddy team?
Yeah.
And what about on a provision buddy team? Are they again someone supposed to put their budget there?
Yeah, the provisional buddy team is exactly the same as a main buddy team, except it's assigned. There's no approval to get into a provisional buddy team. You just automatically do it just for budgetary purposes.
Then I think then Rhoda needs to get someone else.
Yeah, well, we could put Rhoda with Aline.
Aline is with Joyce.
With me. Yeah, with me.
With Joyce?
Main buddy team, Joyce and Aline.
Yeah.
And Abigail's with Shigemi. So Rhodes, Rhodes we could put with, we'll just put Rhodes with Abigail and Shigemi. So Abigail and Shigemi can be main buddy team, but you can also have provisional buddy team with Abigail, Shigemi, and Rhodes.
Yes, then it will need to be like that instead.
Yeah, that's fine, but just for the budget. But we don't have to worry about that right now because we don't need to do the budget right now.
No
but
problem.
Either way, Abigail and Aline should do a buddy team since you guys are here, and you guys should be organizing and working together to get the AustrAsia session organized.
Okay.
I can help them with organizing the AustrAsia.
Great. So we have Aline, Abigail, and Joyce. Cool. So I think we're good. I think we're ready to move on. So,
yeah, okay. As we can see that we have running out of time. So shall we go for the wrap up?
I think that would be good. I mean, you guys are welcome to continue without me, but I'm ready to fall asleep. Thank goodness, it's really late.
Yes.
Okay, let's go for it. Guys, you want to continue or you want to wrap up?
I think you can.
We will continue Abigail and Aline.
Okay, so we have got 3 votes.
So from my side, I think to wrap up.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and do a round of checkouts, and then whoever wants to continue can do buddy teams and continue for another hour or whatever,
Okay. right, guys. So this was a pretty good session, and as we are heading towards the checkout process, first I would like, because Jay's feeling sleepy. Jay, can you just check out?
Yeah, I'll stick around for listening to everyone's checkouts, but I thought this was also a good session. I feel like we did get kind of caught up on, all these questions that, are good to ask, but we probably should have just gotten through the training really quick and really just got focused on the priority topics, but we kind of got sidetracked into all these other random questions. So I really, 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 really want to get into some of this like really deeper training that involves, look at all of our awesome priorities. I think we should also do some wrap up and review all these priorities and responsibilities to make sure it's all clear what everyone's doing. Let's see here. This right here, the organizing buddy teams, I want to go over individual work sessions so people understand individual work sessions. I want to go over regular buddy team work sessions, how they're supposed to be organized, how you prioritize the work, because like what people need to understand is that buddy team sessions are not for talking about things, right? If you go into a buddy team session and you're talking about what you're supposed to do and what's going on, like that's what main weekly sessions are for. So in main weekly sessions, this is where you bring all the issues. This is where we talk about what's supposed to be done. And then when you get to your main and questions and training, all that stuff, when you go into your buddy team work sessions, you're supposed to be getting work done, right? So I really want to clarify that, make sure it's really clear what it means to be getting work done. You're either getting work done or you're watching our videos and you're not bugging other people about what to do. So every time you're bugging somebody else about what to do, more information, that's preventing them from getting work done. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's not the place. Like you're either working together on getting something done and just learning what they're doing and learning how to do the work, or you are watching a training video or working with your buddy team to organize something else, but you're getting work done. You're not talking about the work done. You should, everybody after this meeting should have a list of responsibilities, what you're supposed to do. So here, updating the Google Calendar, Albina and Lucy, updating the buddy team schedule, Albina and Lucy, and other people, organizing level 4 independent teams doc. It says Abdul, right? Session verification, Lucy and Albina and Nelly, right? We also got Nelly on that. Website issue supports, Abigail, Asif, and Jay, right? So that's going to be an important one. Documentations, recordings, backup, downloading all recordings, and creating HQ backups. Nobody signed up for that, but it's not a huge priority. Organized Quintet teams, Abigail and Aline, right? So people have responsibilities. Oh, and also Joyce was going to help with that as well. Joyce, and this is specifically the AustrAsia Quintet team. So obviously other responsibilities here is like client priorities. This is really important. So if someone wanted to sign up to help prioritize client priorities and make sure that they're getting done within our responsibilities. We also have a bunch of tasks. Making sure we're linking, Client
priorities like?
Say what?
What are the client priorities that someone can...
We have tons of
linking the doc on worker coordination.
Good. So Mars session. So it looks like most of these tasks got done. So I think that's good. So that this is why like tasks are really easy. You get the task, you get it done. The hard part is the responsibilities. The responsibilities, there could be dozens of tasks for each responsibility to complete it. Does that make sense? So as a responsibility, you're like, for example, the Venus session. What is the responsibility for the Venus session?
Do verification.
No, make sure the Venus session is successful.
Yeah.
Right, so that to make sure the session is planned, attended, and has great outcomes. Does that make sense? Right? That's the responsibility, right? The responsibility will take weeks to do correctly, And then you have to follow up, right? So there's a whole bunch of follow-up even after the session to make sure the outcomes are achieved. The Venus session and just verifying that it's that the date is done is one of literally hundreds of tasks that need to happen for the Venus session to be successful. You guys understand? So that the responsibility of the Venus session or the Mars session or worker coordination, whatever, are literally dozens, if not hundreds of tasks, right? So the responsibilities are much more important than just simple tasks. Like the simple task doesn't complete anything. The fact that you verified the Venus session doesn't matter in relationship to accomplishing the responsibility and actually having a successful Venus session. So if you want to take on the Venus session as a responsibility, you have dozens of tasks to do to make sure that it is successful. And so with the client priorities, there's dozens of client responsibilities. Right, that need to happen, right? So somebody can help make sure that the client responsibilities are getting prioritized in the sessions and that we're ensuring that we're meeting the goals of the clients, because no one ever brings it up. The client priorities.
Can I assign myself and go I'm not well?
Cool. Coolio. Anyways, we've been doing a lot of work on client priorities today. It just didn't come up much in this particular session, but that's okay because everything that we talked about, all of these other responsibilities all relate to session support, to having good sessions where we can do more training and more work on all the client priorities. So it's all perfectly fine because everything we're doing is talking about supporting the client priorities. So it's all interrelated.
And you know the problem that people are having nowadays, people, they don't want to go for their responsibilities. They just go around like they said, I'm organizing Sonic Dog.
Yeah,
so
they want to do tasks.
That?
Of course. Everybody wants to do tasks as tasks are easy. Tasks are easy. You don't have to think about it. You just go and you do your tasks. You don't think about anything. You don't actually help anyone. You just go in your own little world and do your own little thing, and then you make your money. Right? Responsibilities is like you actually have to take responsibility and actually figure something out and do work for other people and actually help people. Right? So responsibilities are hard. It's difficult because you have to figure things out and figure out how to accomplish the goals, and it's not easy to do. Right? I don't know how it's going to work. Making the Venus session successful, I have no idea how to do that. I can think of 100 different ways of potentially doing it, right? But do I actually know how to do it? No. Am I going to not try? Of course I'm going to try, right? So I don't know how to accomplish every responsibility either. I just do my best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So no one's expected to just magically know how to accomplish all the responsibilities. What you're expected to do is to give it your best and try to figure it out. And when you don't know how to do it, you ask your buddy. When your buddy doesn't know how to do it, you ask another buddy team. When their buddy team doesn't know how to do it, you bring it up at the weekly main sessions as an issue, and then we address it and we support each other as a team. If your team doesn't know how to deal with it, then you bring it up at a different buddy team session. If that team doesn't know how to do it, you bring it up at the global session, and we all work together as a global group of many teams that are all going to work together to solve the problems. So no matter what issue it is, you have level after level after level of getting help and support. It could take days, weeks, even months to figure out and solve the problems, but eventually we will solve everything and organize everything and figure it all out. And I'm excited that we're all here together. So blah, 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 but we're making tons of progress. Like, I don't think you guys understand how much progress we're making and how close we are to like transforming the world. I mean, we're really, really close. We just, a couple new things like, doubling our budget would be great. Being able to, very quickly implement the global quintants and sextants and actually get everything, functional. And if we can recruit, twice as many people, we would be in business. Oh my God. I don't think you guys understand how big this is going to be. It's very exciting. Asif, back to you.
Yes. So that was a huge, quite informative from Jay. And yeah, we are definitely going to in a very good position in the future. Okay, so Jay, can we go to Thomas for checkout, please?
Okay, I'm so excited for today. This session, I've learned a lot about video recording, audio recording. Please, I have something to do on that. Thank you, Jay, for that. So for me, it's a check and good day to those on the day, like us, and good night to Jay.
All right, that was Thomas. And Aline, can you check out, please?
Today's session is great, and after this session, we will do a body team with Abigail.
Okay, Abigail, can you please, you're next. Can you check out?
Okay. I feel great to be present on this session, and I guess we have achieved our desired outcomes, the 3 desired outcomes. That's it.
Okay, Abdul, yeah, you're next.
Yes, from my side, this is really good session today, and I really help. Need to thanks to Jay because this is today is really hard, really tough to Jay, and also spend us these 2 hours. So really thanks to Jay for this session to organize it. Thank you guys.
Okay, Lucy.
Okay, really great. We have a session. It happened, and at least people learn how to record. And during other session, it will be easier. And also, I understand that I'm going to use Eurafrica. That's very excited for me to have our own place to record, or also to do some other stuff for this global network community. And also thank to Jay. It is really late. He always persevere. Waiting, doing with us every time. We're really glad for you.
Great. Okay, Jocelyn, you're next. Can you please check out? Jocelyn, you there?
I was on mute. I was talking. I did not realize. I'm glad to catch up this session. Although I'm late sending my son to school, I learned many things, and we will be organizing the AustrAsia session. After this session, we will stay together with Eileen and Abigail. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Alvina, please.
I'm also grateful about the session, the training and everything. At least the desired outcome were accomplished at a point. So I'm happy for that. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, I'm really excited that Jay has given us the time, and as always, he has, we had a very informative session. And yeah, we have learned that, as Jay said, that we are going in the right path, but just wanted to organize a little bit more. We all are doing awesome job. Honestly, people are doing an awesome job. I just have to get a little bit more organized, and looking forward to have main sessions like Mars and Venus. And yeah, in the last, I have a suggestion for my dear friend Lucy, that why don't Lucy, you try for, to sing for opera. You're having a very good voice, a very good throw in your voice. So you should try to go for opera, Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you from my side. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to remain for value tracking. And thank you, Asif.
I'll help you on value tracking.
Okay.
Eileen,
I think, Asif,
Abigail.
are you going to help us on value tracking?
Eileen, Abigail, let's go to second hangout
Okay, Joyce.
to organize the session. Bye.
Bye.